Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Alright, I hope you guys had a wonderful Flying Cup, and I hope if you are close to rank 10 that you got it already during Go Battle Night, and you had a lot of fun in the Flying Cup. Or you hated the Flying Cup, so you played all the other leagues, and you had a lot of fun doing that. Anyways, the Flying Cup was... I got mixed reviews about it. For me personally, I just had a little bit of fun with it, but for everyone else, like, I got like negative reviews, like it was good, it was bad, you loved it, or you hated it. Honestly, I have no one that really said they loved it. The most reviews I got were like, oh, it's okay, or I hate this crap, why did Niantic put this out? And it was just really interesting, and it was really interesting. So you had 20 sets and 100 battles throughout the day. And it was just really long, grueling, and it just, like, for the most part, it kind of sucked. So the pros of the Flying Cup were that it gave you a chance to, like, feature some, like, really interesting mons. You were able to, it was like, really fast-paced. If you wanted to get your 100 battles done quickly, you got your Stardust, etc. And it was just kind of, like, one of those, like, okay, you got a cup that got you through really quickly, and it was actually pretty, like, it filled that purpose. It was fast, it was easy, there were freaking Aerodactyls everywhere, and you managed to basically run through your sets really, really fast, so that you didn't really have to worry about too much about, like, oh, time. So it was really easy to do 6 hours of Flying Cup, and you also had the options to do every other league, which was nice. Those are the pros. The pros were, it went by fast, you got extra Stardust, there were rewards, etc. Now here's the cons. You see this? This was everywhere. The cons were that the Flying Cup isn't incredibly diverse. Like, yeah, it was good, this is in the pros too, that Niantic really did put, like, a new, like, condensed cup, and they're trying new things. However, there was no bans, so there was no particular monster bans. It was everything that was fine. If they banned Aerodactyl or banned the top 10 on this list, it would have been a lot more diverse and a lot more interesting. Rather than having Zapdoses, Skarmories, and Aerodactyls flying literally everywhere. They were everywhere. Like, everywhere. And that's just it. Like, yes, I use the top 10, but, like, at the same time, I wish the top 10 wasn't there because they were so oppressive. Along with that, another con is that these mons were really expensive. The only 2 mons that I'd say you used, or 3 actually, that you used a lot, were probably Aerodactyl, Skarmory, and Zapdos. Emolga wasn't one of those things that, I'm gonna power this up for Flying Cup. No, you probably didn't think about that up until they announced it. Emolga was also only out for a limited amount of time. The Emolga hasn't been out, there was like that one event where Emolga was out, and then since then, Emolga has not been released. So it was hard to get. Second of all, legendaries. Zapdos, Articuno. These 2 things were really good during the Flying Cup, however, they were also really hard to get. Really hard to get and really expensive to power up. You see the pattern here? Niantic seems to be having this pattern of, oh, we're going to make you spend a ridiculous amount of things to make you contend in this particular cup. There was very little, like, depth and planning into this meta. You could literally tell that, like, right away. Like, it wasn't, like, as a hardcore team builder and meta analyzer, it was Aerodactyl Cup. You saw Aerodactyls everywhere, or everyone was trying to kill Aerodactyl. Alright, so here we have a few battle shoutcasts. I did some of my best battles and put it over here. This first battle is just basically going to describe my strategy. So the strat here is Altaria is going to take shields with Sky Attack or Dragon Pulse. And then I send in Aerodactyl to deal damage and hopefully get a Rock Slide off to get 1 shield. And then Zapdos sweets. With proper energy management, even if I have an Emolga in the back, if I have energy advantage and shield advantage, or if I bait correctly, I can go ahead and take Ws. As you see here, we're already taking that shield from this Aerodactyl. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to get to either another Sky Attack, or I'm just going to let this farm me down. So we do get farmed down. He has energy banked, so what I usually do in this scenario is I'm going to send my... Since it's near dead, I'll send in Zapdos so I can get those 2 Thunder Shocks in and get some extra energy here. 1, 2, we get the energy. And now I'm going to save all this energy, and then I'm going to either, 1, fire it in whatever comes in the back, or I'm going to bait. As you see here, we do get an Altaria. Now, I do fire Thunderbolt because I'm like, alright, this guy's going to probably think I'm baiting, and we managed to get it through. I just want to deal as much damage as I possibly can. So it's good that we got the Thunderbolt through. We switch into Aerodactyl, and unfortunately, we do get a Mantine. Now, I have a shield here. I'm not going to use it. I think this is a Bubble Beam. It is a Bubble Beam, which is really good. And then I should have enough energy for a Rock Slide. This is great. Had I shielded that Bubble Beam, we would have been really behind, so I couldn't afford to shield. So this Rock Slide is going to go off. We grab that second shield. And unfortunately, we're going to lose our Aerodactyl. I wanted to save that shield for my Zapdos. I was going for the Drill Peck because if my opponent got greedy, I could get the Drill Peck off and I would take the W. But instead, our opponent does use a Bubble Beam. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to farm down here. I win CMP in the back. And even though I'm debuffed, this Thunderbolt should do enough damage to win. And even though my opponent had a move ready, I win CMP. That's GG's. As you see, a very... No, I wouldn't. It's a very good strategy. Even if I do lose the lead, as long as I just basically sack both Altaria and Aerodactyl to get Zapdos. And hopefully I take shields. Like I said, I know I'm a really good player, so as long as I play well, I'll grab some W's. And that's the match right here. Very simplistic strategy, and and because the Flying Cup has such a rock paper scissors nature, this effectively it kind of removes the rock paper scissors nature. Unless I see something like an Articuno lead, then I'm just really screwed because I really have to give up Switch because otherwise I die. All right, for battle number 2, we have the Raging Jew, and I lock in, and I already explained the strategy. These next couple of battles are pretty sick. Actually, these next 2 are amazing. So I get my Altaria into an Emolga. This is great because another part of the strat is that as long as I keep an Emolga or Zapdos away from my Zapdos, like I said, I'm doing pretty good. And Altaria does really well against those elemental leads, and it does really well against Emolga because I don't have to shield anything. Discharge or Thunderbolt, as you see, I can tank the Discharge. I can also tank a Thunderbolt. I'm going to fire this Sky Attack since my opponent did not switch out, and I'm going to grab a shield. Perfect, we grab a shield. Next, my opponent's going to get enough energy so they can shoot another charge move at me. This is probably going to be a Thunderbolt from how much they've charged. And it's a Thunderbolt. As you see, it still doesn't KO. Altaria is a Thick Chicken, and Thick Chicken is able to take out my opponent's Pokemon, and we get a Skarmory in. I'm going to fire up the Sky Attack anyways. That's perfectly fine. And then we're going to send in our Zapdos. Hopefully I can prop my opponent to switch out because we do resist these Steel Wings because of my typing. So I'm going to wait the clock out a little bit. I send in my Zapdos. And as you see here, as soon as they see it, I get a couple of Thunder Shocks in, and we get a Mantine. This is great. I'm going to go up to a Thunderbolt, and I'll fire a Drill Peck. My opponent has to shield. If this is a Thunderbolt, he dies. Perfect. We grab that last shield. We have 2 shields. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to gather enough energy, and I'm going to send in my Aerodactyl, and hopefully I catch a Ice Beam. It's actually an Aerial Ace. So I'm like, wait, what? So we grab the Aerial Ace. We're going to do heavy damage to this Mantine, and wow, like I'm just really wow, like I caught an Aerial Ace. I thought for sure that was going to be an Ice Beam. As you see here, Aerial Ace doesn't do quite enough damage, even with the bubbles. We get enough energy to take out this Mantine, farm it down, and this Rock Slide is going to deal heavy damage against this Skarmory. And now we're going to let it die. We're about to 2-shield flex on this dude because I'm going to shoot this Thunderbolt, and we win CMP, so it doesn't matter if you have energy. And this Thunderbolt will KO this poor Skarmory. We just 2-shield flex and Ramberto this poor Skarmory. GG's. That was a sick match, and I really caught it. I caught an Aerial Ace. That was nuts. That was an Aerial Ace. Now, for this next match, I have something in store for you. This is really sweet. I would never... I pulled like 4 of these off tonight, or like last night, and it was freaking nuts. Get Aerodactyl into Altaria. Now, I lose this, but it's okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully get some shield advantage here. We get a little bit of lag, which kind of irritates me, but it's okay. Because, you know, you can't... It's hard... If you lag on Dragon Breath, it's rough. Because Dragon Breath damage adds up, but also losing a Dragon Breath can be so vital. My opponent does have an Ancient Power here. This kind of sucks, but it's okay. we're going to fire our Sky Attack. So what I'm going to do here is hopefully I bank a shield, or we're going to just have to farm him down. We do get a shield, and now hopefully we do get this second Sky Attack. I'm tapping frantically. Unfortunately, we do not. If I missed a Sky Attack from that lag, I probably wouldn't be able to take that smash, but that's okay. We're going to send in Zapdos so that hopefully we shoot it down, and we do. Now we get an Emolga. Now this sucks. We're in an even shield scenario, and even though I am a Thundershock ahead, I'm going to have to pull off a really sweet play here. So here's my game plan. You're about to see it. I'm getting a little bit of energy here. I'm going to try to bait this last shield with a Drill Peck. And I do, which is great. So what I'm doing here, 1, 2, and then I'm going to sacrifice an entire Aerodactyl to this poor Emolga, who's probably going to one-shot it, hopefully if it's a Thunderbolt. And it's not a Thunderbolt, it's actually a Discharge. So I timed that perfectly. Unfortunately, it kind of, that wasn't really my plan. But you know what? It didn't die, but it's okay. Because we will get a little more energy here, so we should be able to get 2 Thunderbolts off. Now, I could get 1 more Thunderbolt, but I don't risk it just in case they fire Bubble Beam. We do get that Thunderbolt off. That KOs the Mantine. I will get to a Thunderbolt. Even if that had energy for Nidoru, we do win CMP. So this should KO this poor Emolga, and that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed that really sick play. And I just sacked a whole Aerodactyl to take the W over there. That was freaking amazing. I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was like my best match of the night. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Here's a final match I'm going to shoutcast for you guys. I got like several 5-0s thanks to this team, and it was really sweet. And it was a lot of fun because I kind of formulated this strategy like literally 2 days before this cup came out. And it worked out really well, so I'm pretty happy it did. And what sucks is I kind of had to invest a lot of Stardust in that Zapdos, but you know, it was from Japan. It's actually a memento. I actually caught one of my research my research rewards back when it was still Zapdos, when I was in Japan for vacation last year. So it was like a great memento to actually spend Elite TM on. And the Aerodactyl I caught recently, I powered that up, and I've had this Altaria since Season 1 built for Sylph and just for GBL in general. As you see here, we get that Aerodactyl Eve, and now we get the mirror. We're going to switch out of the mirror here, though, because I have 2 shields. So what I can do is I can choose to just bank 2 shields for my back row, or I could just farm down here, which I do. I'm going to farm down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to throw that Rock Slide at whatever's in the back. Force that last shield, have shield advantage, and I have a fresh Zapdos ready to take out everything in the back. Having a Zapdos with shield advantage is really sweet, even if you're behind energy. Plus, unfortunately, this Skarmory does not do a lot of damage to our Zapdos. I send in Altaria to try and farm down and have him blow his energy, or we get Switch. So we get him to give up Switch, and we get a Zapdos. Now this kind of sucks because I really should have switched into Zapdos, but you know, it's perfectly fine because it's actually an Emolga. So it's really good that I actually switched out, because we should be able to get to a Drill Peck. We have to shield this Discharge, but we'll get to a Drill Peck. This Drill Peck should KO. I actually go for the Thunderbolt just to make sure it's dead, and I'm like, oh, well, crap. It's okay. This Discharge shouldn't KO because, yeah, there's no way you have enough energy for a Thunderbolt. We get the Discharge off. I fire the Thunderbolt, and the subsequent Thundershock that comes in next should KO, which is great. Get the Thunderbolt off. We zap him down with 1 more Thundershock. Unfortunately, my master plan does unfortunately fail because this Sky Attack goes off, but you have no energy, so all you have to do is just drag your breath down, and we get the W. Thankfully, Altaria is pretty thick, and we take the W. Not only that, that's my 2969th Great League win. Very nice. And we get a 5-0. I hope you guys enjoyed those battles. 2969 with a 5-0. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed those Shoutcasts. I hope you had a great Go Battle Night. Again, it's a great concept. It's just I'd like to see a lot more effort put into a cup, just because I really think Aerodactyl or some Pokemon should have been banned. And if those things were banned, Go Battle Night would have been a lot more fun. But I get why it was made that way, because it would go fast, but if they even thought about it that way. But you know what? It was okay. A lot of my friends played Great League versus Flying Cup. In my opinion, even though I did really well in it, it was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it either. I know a lot of people that didn't like it. I was okay with it just because I was prepared and I had a strategy, but at the same time, I can see why people don't like it. Again, it was really, like, unthought out. It was kind of, like, random, and at the same time, 100 or, like, 75 to 100 battles for 6 hours at night, it's very grueling, and I can see a lot of people that probably didn't try their best at the end part, or just, like, wanted to get it over with for the Stardust. That's really all they wanted. It was long, it was drawn out, it was tired, and I really think it should have been the entire day. That way everyone could plan out better, but it's what it is. Again, I hope you guys had a great Go Battle night. I hope you guys enjoyed those battles, Shoutcast, and I will see you guys on the next video. Let's hope that the next cup that they put out that's like Go Battle Night and the Flying Cup is a lot better, and that Go Battle League is really, really, really lag-free that night. You guys have a great day. If you guys like the video, please like and sub. I will see you guys on the next video.